So, the King of Pentacles, look at this card. You know, I always read from the top down. So it's dark, but there's stars, there are people, there's universes, there's energy, there's different perspectives within those stars at night. But around it is awareness, light, focus, okay? All it is being aware of something is being focused on what you're seeing, okay? But there's so much other shit around you. So many stars. This is the moon also, okay? Or it can be Pluto or whatever planet look like that. You know what I mean? Whatever you get, I get the moon, but the moon to me can be a little bit, brighter, but who cares? Then you have him. It's like his energy giving off like either there's something interesting going on, but he seems lax. He seems very confident because only a confident motherfucker can sit. Give it damn. He's sitting with his legs crossed. He's like, should I use my pentacle? Like, no, but they know I have it. I'm over here. I'm not even worried about what's going on. He's not looking at the stars and the moon. He just know that they're back there. Then he has something that represents in his hand, his pentacle, his sign of stability, something that he can stick in the ground. And then on top of that, it said that he's coming up from trees because nature is chaotic, okay? You have tornadoes, you have all, but you know, the stability in nature allows it to grow. So it's like understanding, okay, what is needed, what type of energy is needed to be able to be successful in a chaotic world. And that requires focus, okay? And it's not about trying to gain equilibrium. There's no equilibrium to anything in this world. Nothing's flat. Not even your heart. Your heart has a beat. Boom, 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 boom. You don't, when that shit goes flat, you're dead. Okay? This energy is about focusing. He understands that there's a lot of shit going on, but it's a very focused, comfortable energy. Like, yes, I'm here and I'm here to experience. And this is the King of Pentacles. Thinking about, and I was reading this book called Leadership in the New Science. Okay, learning about organization from an orderly universe. Okay, and it's interesting. This chapter speaks specifically. She makes a very good point. The author, Margaret J. Wheatley, and what she basically explains. I have only read a few pages, but what she basically explains, if you could look at this picture, is that nothing is constant. However, we put a high status on equilibrium, being constant. You know, if you think about it, even people like gurus and monks and shit, they basically try to have a constant life, no ups and no downs, just experience the same shit over and over. But to me, my personal belief is that's not life. If we were supposed to be a rock, we'll be a rock. You know, it's not far off from our own DNA structure. If we're supposed to be a tree, we'll be a tree. We move for a reason. You know, we're not one note, but we make sound as one person. You know what I'm saying? We're all vibrations. So basically, she goes into this with the help of science, new science, okay? And she basically explains this picture, and it says here, like, this is called the chaotic strange attractor. This image records the journey of a system in chaos, a simple non-linear equation that went through millions of iterations. The results of each iteration was plotted as a point in three-dimensional computer space. As the system evolved in totality, random fashion, over time the shape of the system emerged. A chaotic strange attractors reveal the order inherent in a chaotic systems, order that is only visible over time in history. So if you look into this picture with chaos and with time, it becomes something that is recognizable. I mean, because you can look at this, it looks different. I mean, the fact that it's three, says a lot. The number 3, look upon that. But on top of that, that's creation. I believe the 3 is creation too. You both people with 3 come to make what? Six. You know, 3 is me, you, and me, my mama, and my daddy. That same energy. My mama and my daddy energy made me. So that's how I look at 3. You know what I mean? If you have your own personal ways, if how you looking at 3, definitely go ahead and comment below. But if you can inherently make sense out of something, it will stay with you. It will be a fact in your totality, which you can modify. Okay, so I am going to start doing things about critical thinking. This is how I was led to metaphysics, and this is what led me to metaphysics and led me to understanding different perspectives of my own matrix, as you say, as people say. So basically, it's beauty in chaos. You know, we try to be stable. I just want stability. And I believe stability comes from focus. And the reason why it comes from focus, because they were not able to see this computer rated image without being focused on this equation long enough for over time you see the bigger picture. That's the point. It was the focus. Stability is the focus. Everything is impossible to be stable. It's impossible to be stable in a world that requires you to move. We move, our body move. We have different organs in our body that play different pitches, okay? No one is greater than the other. They all possess some type of energy that is needed for either our survival or more. Some things, you know, they say like you don't have to have an extra kidney to survive and shit like that. But you know, there's exceptions to everything. But for the most part, your most vital organs. And it's so crazy how we look at the word plays on shit. Organs and organs. You know what I mean? Like it's the same word because it probably means the same shit. It's modeled or it's created in order to hear a certain pitch. So your organs are created in order to perform a certain function. You know what I mean? The heart does matter, but also is the lungs. If you don't have the lungs, you fucked up too. You know what I'm saying? So you need all that. You need all of it. You know, I'm not the most scientific person, but I get the gist. I'm a Sagittarius, so I'm broad-minded. I get the gist. And the gist is basically saying you can try to be stable. It's all about what the King of Pentacles. That represents stability. Okay, and also I have other videos here. I am a tarot reader, as you can see. I just explained a tarot. And let me go ahead and get off tangent here. I say this to open your mind how you can create any type of energy you want through a card and allow it to be modified to your reasoning, okay? The more specific you're able to get about certain images, because I didn't even get into his clothes, I didn't get into the colors, I didn't get into the shoes, I didn't get into the reason why he's basically floating, I didn't get into the reason why it's gold, I didn't get a reason to why he got things on his neck, why he got a crown, there's so many other things you can look at and get a whole different interpretation that you can use. And you don't also have to use every interpretation for every reading, okay? You use it as it comes, as it correlates, as it reads a story, okay? And then if you don't really, because I try not to do clarifications. Instead, I used to do pull an extra card for clarifications, but I don't do it as much because that's a whole nother story. I'll be trying to keep it as short as possible. But with this card, you can keep going. Basically, I mean, there's a river behind them. What a river or body of water represents, you know, being controlled by the moon. I mean, you can keep going and going and going. So, and then you can look at books, you look at different things and get your own interpretation out of why you can connect some of these things. Okay. So that's basically what I'm here for. I'm going to start making more videos like this. I just chose the King of Pentacles because honestly, I was reading this book prior to thinking about correlating it to a card, but I want to be able to help tarot readers understand the creativity of understanding the cards. It's not so black and white. I don't care what nobody says. You're going to be able to reach, if you want to become a tarot reader, if you are, or this really helps if you want to be able to connect with the cards yourself, okay, more than anything. But also for the people that, you know, the tarot readers, if you want to become a tarot reader, you have to be able to look at different perspectives. Not everybody's going to be able to resonate with you, and that's fine, because they're for someone else. And as soon as you realize that, it allows you to be more free. It allows you to not be so critical of yourself. With who you going to resonate, they're going to resonate. Okay. And for the most part, my experience, I haven't done many readings, but for my experience, I've done it as far as tarot on my YouTube channel. For monthly, a lot of people, I rarely get thumbs down. It doesn't mean that represents all the people who did not resonate, but for the most part, it resonates with a lot of people. So those are the people who are meant to see it. So just know that. But what the cards also mean is you can be so creative. I honestly did get an interpretation when I was starting out of just the basic meanings of the cards, because it does help to get what the artist intended for the card to mean as well. And with that, I get the backing of the card. That's the backing energy, because it was created with that energy. Okay. But then you can modify it to so many different interpretations that work for you. That's the spirit of the tarot. The spirit of the tarot is the reader, not the card. It's the reader. This is a tool for us to help you. And you could also either turn this into a tool, you know, I use it for therapy, or help other people see the divine light within themselves. Okay. So I have an explanation here. I'm going to put about tarot and tarot readings and what I view tarot to be. And I'm also going to put here, you know, a little bit about myself and why I'm starting this journey for divine honesty. And just follow me if you like. If you want to be definitely a part of the divines, be a part. I do believe that we all have a different light within us that can help other people understand the human experiences, okay? And it gives them light and love over our human experiences, because this is all what it is. We're not human for our whole existence. We are humans for a short time, okay? So the more we can spread light upon it, the more we can help each other, the more happiest it can be. We can have heaven on earth. We can. And thank you so much for everybody who loves, support me from day one, to all my new supporters, to all the people that give me love and give me blessings. I am very grateful for you guys, and I give it right back to you. And thank you. This has been another Divine Honesty.